All right, this is going to be the first video for the formative review. For the most part, I'm going to break this up by the individual indicators that you guys have. So the first indicator here is going to be indicator 4.2, which is evaluating. So that's question 1 and question 2. None of these are marked with an asterisk. So if this is broken up into calculator versus non-calculator, all of this would be on a non-calculator part. All right, so let me go ahead and zoom on in, and I just realized I wasn't paying attention because this one should have an asterisk attached to it. All right, we'll get to part B in a second. All right, so evaluate part A here. Log base 2 of 4. There's going to be 2 to some power is equal to 4, and that would be, let's see, 4 is rewritten as 2 squared. So 2 to what power? That's going to be 2 to the second. Now, if I attempt to do the exact same thing for part B, which I'm going to start doing that, right? 3, whoops, that's supposed to be 3. 3 to some power is equal to 47. Yeah, no, it's not any whole number that I know of. Let's see, 3 to the third is 20. That's an equal to 27. 3 to the fourth is 81. So, yeah, unfortunately, we bounced right over 47. So what we're going to need to do here to evaluate this is to take the log of both sides. So this is going to be log of 3 to the x equals log of 47. And this is where I absolutely know this would be a calculator part. So properties of logarithms, take this exponent and make it a coefficient. So x log 3 is equal to log of 47. That equal sign looks very weird to me, so let me replace that. There's the equal sign. And then to finish it, to get it into the point where we're solving for x, I'm going to divide both sides by log of 3. And this is where, yeah, you got to throw this in a calculator. So let me go ahead and split screen with a calculator here. Calculator. All right, so this got resized. So let's unresize that. There we go. Let's see what we got here. We're going to do the log of 47 divided by the log of 3. Make sure, again, you close those parentheses as needed. I'm getting 3.5 something. Okay. Quick double check here. 3 to the last answer. Yep, that's 47. All right, so with a couple decimal places, we're going to go 3.50 because that 4 will not make the 0 round up. All right, so let's get rid of this. All right, so there is question number 1, the 2 little parts. Again, my apologies, I should have recognized this would have had a calculator attached to it. All right, question number 2, we're still evaluating, but this time we're dealing with some functions here. So I'm going to start with the inside part, which is f of negative 2. And so I'm going to figure out what f of negative 2 is. So in the f function, everywhere I have an x, I'm going to replace it with a negative 2. All right, so let's see. We got 2 times 4, because negative 2 squared would be 4. And then actually I can do 3 times negative 2, which would be negative 6. So 2 times 4 is 8. 8 minus 6 is 2. All right, so now I know that f of negative 2 is 2. So this, notation over here, f of negative 2, well, that's 2. So now I want to figure out what g of 2 is. And the line there is just to separate the two pieces. So we're going to do 5 times 2 minus 2, so 10 minus 2, well, that's 8. So g of f of negative 2 is 8. All right, so there we go. So there's the bits, parts, and pieces for question 1 and question 2, which deal with evaluating. So that's indicator 4.2. That's where I'm going to go ahead and cut this video. I will come back with a separate video on solving, which is standard or indicator 5.3. As always, let me know if you have any questions or concerns, and come back for the next one if you need to.